Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 84 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. It's the weekend edition again, and in today's chapter I'm going to be working on my workbench again, and have I got something cool to show you today. And if you want to see what I'm going to be doing, all you've got to do is stay tuned. Well, like I said, it's Saturday morning and I'm sipping hot chocolate from my Snow Pro cup. The Snow Pro races in Waldheim are another great story to listen to, but not today. We've got other things to do. Today, let's set that aside. Oops. Okay, today we're going to talk about putting liner in the bottom of these drawers in my workbench so that I can organize my wrenches and mechanics tools properly. That's today's topic. So I watched a number of YouTube videos and mechanics organizing their stuff, and it just looked so cool. They could put their wrenches in, and there was a place for everything. On some of the more elaborate setups, it was all labeled and everything. It was awesome. And I thought, well, hey, that would be something I really need to do, because I'm really getting tired of being terribly disorganized like I have been up to this point. So it's time to look at how can I do this. So I went on Amazon, looked at different toolbox options. And the cheapest ones I found they're wonderful, don't get me wrong, they're nice. But a drawer like this would have been about $25 to do. It's important to be organized, but that means that this whole unit's going to cost me hundreds of dollars to do. And I'm not willing to be organized at that price. So remember, I'm cheap. So I thought, okay, what else can I do? So I went online and looked, and yeah, there's people making their own stuff and other things. And I thought, well, and I kind of forget, because I did this about 3 months ago, and I forget if I borrowed this idea from somebody else or if I came up with it myself. I think the foam that I'm using to do it is original, but maybe not. And if it isn't, hey, the old saying that plagiarism is the highest form of flattery is all it needs is what it is. So I'm going to show you what I am going to do. And as far as I know, I think I kind of came up with it myself, but I don't know. So anyway, my idea consists of using cheap materials. Now that's hard to find sometimes. So this was in summer. Sheila and I went shopping one day, and Sheila's really good at, if I can tell her what I'm kind of looking for, she'll often go way off the main track and suggest something else, but what it does is it gets me thinking about the possibilities. So we work really good together that way. So what we came up with is this kind of gym mat stuff. Like, it's sold as flooring that you'd put in by your exercise equipment. What I really like about it too is the cool tread plate design on it. I think it's going to look really good, really industrial in my tool drawers. So we came up with that. And the other foam that we decided to use was this yoga mat. So this is a Dollarama yoga mat, it's $5. So that's the foam we're going to use. Now, why did I pick two types? Well, that's easy. Remember, my main complaint about the other systems was, once I cut the wrench out, I would have to go in and scoop out the middle, and I don't like things being not done well. So I thought, well, if I have two pieces, I can cut all the way through the first layer and then just stick the other layer on the back, and that gives you your contrasting colors. I actually think when I spray this with some kind of not WD-40, what's the other one? Okay, it's gone from my mind right now. when you detail car interiors and you can shine it up. I think it'll look really good. So that's what I decided to make this stuff out of. And it's way cheaper than doing the Amazon pre-made ones. So I'm just going to give you a little closer look at this here. So that's what it's going to look like. The one thing that I wasn't happy about, and I'm going to fix that today, is there's little leftovers, little debris in there that with the utility knife I could not get out. We're going to cut this today a little bit differently. What I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to do a mock-up, another piece like this, to show you how this is going to go together. So that's where we're at. Now, I'd like to finish a drawer for you and show you, how I did one and then show you a completed drawer, but this is only as far as I've gotten yet. Like, this is going to take a while. So this isn't a fast process for me. I'll probably spend a week on it. And right now I don't have that time. So I'm going to show you one part of it today, and then when I get a drawer done or several drawers done, I'll bring you guys back and show you what's going on. So there we go. That's that done. Let's talk price a little bit. So my drawers are about 16 by 20, something like that. 16 by 20. I knew that. 16 by 20. So basically, if I don't want to join this together, and I don't, I'll get one drawer out of each piece. So I get 6. I've got 6 pieces here. That's the pack it comes in. And 6 pieces at Walmart, I think, is about $27.99, something like that. The yoga mat, I think this is 66 inches, 5.5 feet. Maybe it's 72 inches. I'm not even sure. I did figure out at one time that I would get the same coverage from this as I will from this. So if this is going to do 6 tool tray bottoms, this will do 6. So this was $5 a piece. So for those of you that are doing the math in your head as you go, it's great. I'm not going to bother because I kind of know the outcome. The fly in the ointment for price is this. This Super 77 glue for a can like this is almost $20. So when you take that $20, let's say that this only makes 6 drawers. Now I think it's going to make more than that, but if it only makes 6 drawers, this is probably one of the more significant costs of this venture. So what I did is I kind of added things up and figured things out a little bit. According to my calculations, it's going to be anywhere from about $6 to $8 a drawer. Now, I think I mentioned in the previous video it was going to be $3 or $4. Well, that's pretty optimistic. What that would mean is using my leftover pieces to make up drawers, and right now I'm not prepared to do that. Now, if I have a drawer that I know, say the very, very bottom ones, that I'm using it basically more for padding because I'm not sure how I would cut my angle grinder into that. The foam isn't deep enough, all that. You run into other problems. And I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But I'm a little more than what I said I was, but I think still $6 to $8 a drawer is pretty reasonable. And I think that's going to work really good. I did one mock-up here, as I've showed you already, and I've had this sitting on my workbench here for, for 2 or 3 months. And the glue doesn't, well, okay, this is because I didn't glue it really properly. But this side is glued well, and that's not coming off. The cutting was fairly good, except I used just a basic utility knife at first, and that's okay. But today I'm going to show you a technique where I use my wood burner to do it. So my razor tip burner, I have a couple of skew-shaped pens for that I think will cut this really nicely. So we'll find that out together in the next segment. But so that's my answer to this dilemma. And I hope that it's something that's going to work for you as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to bring you overhead, and I'm going to fire up my burner, and we're going to mark out a wrench, and we're going to cut one and glue it together and see what it's like. So we'll be back in a bit. And we're back. I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see this well. I picked a 1/2-inch wrench, and I can get rid of my green teal backer for now. And this is going to sit straight up and down because I don't have room to put them in like this. So I'm going to just roughly stand this in the middle. This is a Jelly Roll. I don't know what this pen is. My wife has all this art stuff, and she says, oh, this will work. So I trust her. Anyway, I'm going to stand the wrench up, and then I'm going to carefully draw a line. Now this line with this pen, your material has to be clean. If there's dust on your material, this will not work. And it's nice to be doing a smaller wrench too. Up until now, I've just been doing big stuff. Well, okay, I did one test, but okay, and I'm going to have to cut on the inside of the line here because I'm getting a little large. The camera's a little bit in my way for doing this. Oh my goodness, and I didn't turn the burner on. Okay, that's going to take a little bit to warm up, but not too much time. There, I think that's definitely going to be cuttable. I think what I'm going to do, oh yeah, these razor tip burners, they heat up really, really, really quickly. So what I did is just so you can kind of see how this is going to work, look at how that works. It just goes for it. So, okay, the line is a little wider than I'd maybe like it to be, so I'm going to have to stay on the inside to get the tightness that I want for the wrench. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start cutting. And I might do this in a couple of passes. And it would be a good idea to have something rigged up to blow the dust out of your face, or to blow the smoke out of your face, because as you can see, this is getting a little smoky. Would a utility knife work for this? Yeah, it does. I've done it. I just thought that this would maybe work a little bit better, and maybe with a little bit of heat control, this would work a little bit better. Okay, now that I've got the outline cut, I'm going to try to go all the way to the bottom and maybe go a little bit faster. Boy, you know, I might have to cut the very bottom with the knife anyway. So whether you use a burner or a utility knife to do this, the outcome is the same. You're going to get a nice channel to put your wrench in. Now, one thing I haven't decided yet as to whether I'm going to make a way to get the wrenches out easier. So that's cut through. Okay, that one isn't quite yet. We'll go back and pick that up. Never thought I'd use my wood burner like this. Okay, let's see how the wrench fits. Okay, well, okay, you can control that too. On a little one like this, I'll just push it in when I glue it. So I'm not sure now that I've cut one with my burner, which when I did my experiments, it's funny how that works. When you play with it and there's nothing at stake, it works great. When you shoot a video of it, Yeah, the utility knife isn't a bad way to go. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I'm going to quickly do the next step here. Excuse me. And that's applying the Super 77. Now, when you apply this, oh, come on, come off. There you go. When you apply this, you can only apply it to the back side. If you put it on this, then it's going to be visible in the bottom of your... If I was using this for real, I would go and I had the knife at a bit of an angle. I'd go over it again. But since this is a demo and I've already shown you what this is all about, I'm just going to quickly spray this off camera here. There we go. That'll do. I'm not sure. You should always read the instructions. What do I need to do? It dries quickly and clear. Okay. Oh, maybe it would be okay. But anyway, I'm just going to put this on there and I'm going to push that together a little bit. And put it in there, pat it on really good. And there you go. That's all there's to it. Now, to do that one drawer that I started to lay out, it's going to take me a little longer than this, but we're going to get it done that way, and this is all there's to it. So for your standard Home Depot toolbox with 16 by 20 inch drawers, you're looking at a cost, like I said, I would think in Canadian dollars between $6 and $8 a drawer. So anyway, we're going to wrap this video up, and I think you'd like to see me for that. Well, I'm hoping you'd like to. So anyway, we're going to end this session, and we're going to move on to the next. Well, that's kind of what I have in mind to do for my workbench tool drawers. Now, the problem that I face is I probably have about 50% more tools than I should have, and I'll probably cull about 25% of them. And that still means I'll have to run my storage here at 125% of capacity. Kind of the story of my whole shop organization journey is I have more than I should have, but I need to make it all work. So we'll get it to work. Now, I think this is going to look kind of cool. Like I said, the tread plate design on it I like. Whether you cut this with a knife, and there'd be nothing wrong with cutting this with the utility knife, and in some ways it's better. I like the finer line that the knife gives me, but I like the finish that the burner gives me. Maybe the key is to cut it out, do the best you can with a knife, and then take the burner and just smooth off the sides. That's the next thing I'm going to try. So with that in mind, I think this is a good idea. It's a lot cheaper than using the pre-manufactured things. It's commonly available, cheap material. And I think it's going to last as long as anything else. And if you take Armor All, was the word I couldn't think of in the other clip. If you take something like Armor All and shine this up, it's going to look great. And the teal, I think, is a nice contrast too. Now, I wish, like I said, different colors, but if I want to spend $15, $16 a mat, then I can get them, but it's not worth it. So it looks like my colors will be blue and teal. But, okay, well, that basically brings the weekend edition to a close. One of the things I would ask is, if you're watching this video, please subscribe. When I look at my analytics, I realize that most of my viewers are watching, but they're not subscribed. So if you are one of those, and if you would subscribe, I bet you I'd be much closer to 1,000 subscribers than I am right now. So that would be great, wonderful, and if you can do that, wonderful. If you decide not to, well, watch anyway. Maybe one day I can win you over. So anyway, with that in mind, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.